By the end of this video, you will know every donut recipe that's actually worth making in Pokemon Legends ZA. But don't just take my word for it. There are over 3,000 donuts worth of data points linked down below validating everything that I'm about to tell you. I'm Zane, aka Direwolf. Here are the only recipes that you'll ever need. I've grouped these recipes into 5 buckets because each recipe can be modified to prioritize whichever flavor you're looking for. This first bucket of recipes is one that you're probably already using, so we'll keep it short. If you only care about getting level 3 powers on your donut and you have no interest in the donut stats like its calories or its level boost, and you're drowning in berries, then just keep making the 760 flavor, also known as budget 9 donuts. If I lost you on the budget comment, at a high level, all you need to know is that the breakpoints that you have known and been following for months each correspond to a particular budget. Each budget has its own probability of granting you a level 1, level 2, or level 3 flavor power. And for each level that your flavor power comes out at, your budget is decreased by exactly that level for your next flavor powers roll. So when I say you made a budget 9 donut and your first roll is a level 3 flavor power, your second flavor power gets rolled using a budget 6. Getting your flavor score to 760 gives you one guaranteed level 3 flavor power, with one exception that we'll talk about here in a second, and the best possible chance at rolling a level 3 flavor power for your second flavor, giving you the best chance at rolling 2 level 3 flavor powers. So here's what that looks like. For sweet, that's 8 hyper Tanga berries, and this is going to help you maximize your chances of finding a shiny while shiny hunting. And sweet is actually that exception that I just mentioned. Well, it's actually sparkling power specifically. Sparkling power has a secondary downgrade mechanic that means level 3 is no longer guaranteed. After sparkling power gets assigned its level, in this case let's say it's level 3, it has a 1 in 3 chance to keep that level, a 1 in 3 chance to lose a level, and a 1 in 3 chance to lose 2 levels, turning what was a guaranteed level 3 sparkling power into something as low as a level 1. And I'll go over more on how to take advantage of that later in the video. Getting back to the other flavor powers, you need 8 Payapa berries to make a fresh donut, but seriously, who's using fresh donuts? Then our 2 battle focused flavors, 8 Charti berries can max out your bitter, which is going to increase your defense for hyperspace battles, and 8 Coba berries is going to max out spicy, increasing the damage that you do in your hyperspace battles. And let's be honest, that's the one you're actually using. I mean, seriously, look at that damage. And finally, 8 hyper Kasib berries to max out your sour to maximize your item farming. And you're probably looking for berry farming in particular from your sour donuts, so more on that later. Okay, those were the most obvious recipes in the game. We can do better. What if we can keep those 2 level 3 flavor powers on our donuts, add a third, and actually care about the donut stats? All of the 760 flavor power donuts come out with some pretty lackluster calories and level boosts, and if you're going to spend the time re-rolling your donuts to get the right flavor power combinations on there, you might as well get your money's worth and not get kicked out of hyperspace before you're done exploring, right? Well, that's exactly what these next recipes do. They give you the most calories possible on a single flavored donut that can still roll 2 level 3 flavor powers of that primary flavor, all while being able to roll another level 3 flavor power of the secondary flavor. They are arguably the strongest recipes in the game. They just come at the downside of granting those level 3 flavor powers less often than the 760 donuts do. With a roughly 25% chance to get your 2 level 3 flavor powers from your primary flavor using these recipes, instead of the 50% that you would see from the budget 9 or the 760 flavor power donuts. This sounds like a big hit, but because you're not using 8 of the exact same berry, you're actually able to churn out more donuts in general and still be able to make some of those budget 9 recipes. These donuts only call for 2 of those budget 9 berries from earlier, along with 6 of that flavor's 85 flavor counterpart donut, which was a really confusing way to put this. So simply what it looks like for sweet, that's 2 hyper Tanga berries and 6 hyper Haban berries. Not only giving you the chance at sparkling power level 3 and alpha power level 3, but thanks to that fresh flavor being above the 360 breakpoint, we can actually roll catching power level 3 on top of this as well. Plus, this recipe also gives you the best shot at alpha power level 3 per your time, since you can make more donuts per berry farming trip, and it's only a drop from 21% chance of alpha power level 3 using the 760 flavor down to an 18% chance of getting alpha power level 3 using this recipe, this small drop is more than made up for by the increased volume of donuts that you're rolling, and you still get to make 760 donuts with your leftover Tanga berries, since this is only using 2 and you'll eventually run out of Haban berries. For sour donuts, it's 2 Kasib berries and 6 Roseli berries. The secondary flavor power of spicy makes these ideal for taking down the rogue hyperspace mega evolutions, while still maximizing your berry farming if you were lucky enough to roll big haul, berry power, or any of the mega evolution powers for your sour, in addition to that spicy flavor power. But it still works great for just rolling big haul and berry power on the same donut, so it pulls double duty, which is really nice. And speaking of hyperspace rogue mega evolutions, with the spicy recipe of 2 Coba berries and 6 Chilan berries, you can actually stack 2 spicy and 1 bitter flavor on the same donut to make the ultimate battle ready donut. The bitter recipe of 2 Charti and 6 babiri berries gives you the most calories of any donut on this list, and it gives you that secondary flavor of sour, meaning your mega evolutions can last longer in battle, or you can roll even more berries for some of those hyperspace distortion battles. And last but certainly not least is the fresh recipe of 2 Payapa and 6 Coba berries. I'm just kidding. It is absolutely the least valuable recipe on this list. Please do not make this. Less value than even the 8 Payapa berry recipe because it's using 6 Coba berries. It's giving you the fresh powers you don't want while rolling a suboptimal sour flavor power that you do. So hold on to those Coba berries because we can do better. A flavor score of 700 is the lowest that we can use and still have a chance at rolling 2 level 3 flavor powers from that same flavor. But rainbow donuts give our budget a boost. So every time you make a rainbow donut, you're actually able to make higher budget donuts with lower flavor powers, meaning we can hit these breakpoints with an even lower score. How low? As low as 525, and that's where these next set of recipes come in. There are only 3 recipes in the game that can make a rainbow donut with a flavor score of at least 525, meaning these are the only recipes that let you make 2 level 3 flavor powers from 2 different flavors on the same donut, meaning these give you the best chance at rolling 3 level 3 flavor powers all on the same donut. They just come at the cost of not being able to choose which flavor gets 2 flavor powers and which flavor only gets 1. Our previous recipe set only had a 7.2% chance of rolling all 3 flavors at level 3, but these recipes have a 37.44% chance. That's a 5x increase. And they come in every combination that you would want. Almost every combination, but more on that later. With 6 Haban berries, 1 Payapa berry, and 1 Yaki berry, finally an actual use for the Payapa berry, you can make a sweet, fresh rainbow donut with the best chance at rolling the crown jewel, sparkling power all types, alpha power, and catching power all types, all level 3, all on the same donut. I still wouldn't actually recommend trying to roll this, but you could. The other flavor combinations are spicy with sour and bitter with sour. The bitter sour recipe is made by using 6 babiri berries, 1 Roseli berry, and 1 Wakan berry. The spicy sour recipe is made by using 6 Roseli berries, 1 Chilan berry, and 1 Greppa berry. Both of these combinations give you a recipe that doubles for both berry farming and battling. You can still roll Big Haul level 3 and Berry Power level 3 with these recipes, all without using your Kasib berries. And they have more calories than your 8 Kasib recipe, so you're more likely to actually finish your berry farming excursions, but they're also able to roll battle ready flavor powers, so no matter what you roll, you're likely to end up with something to help you keep playing the game, instead of getting stuck in a loop resetting for just the perfect donut. Just a quick caveat before you just go throw out the single flavor donut recipes from earlier, that 5x improvement in your chances at getting 3 level 3 flavor powers is real, but it's not quite 1-to-1 of a comparison. You see, with the rainbow recipe, you are still rolling each flavor at budget 8. That's the exact same budget that we were rolling before. Except this time, each of our flavors is having to compete with another flavor at the exact same budget. Whereas before, it was competing with something at a much lower budget. You are more likely to get level 3 powers, but you're less likely to get 2 level 3 powers of your particular flavor of choice. This isn't a problem with the 2 sour flavor recipes because they're both pulling double duty. You're gonna take whatever you can from either one of these and they're going to have a purpose. But for your shiny hunting flavors, that sweet is directly competing with fresh, and you are now less likely to get 2 of those sweet flavor powers on your donut because you now have a chance at rolling 2 fresh flavor powers instead of those 2 sweet flavor powers. Now, I did say those budget budget 8 rainbow donuts come in almost every flavor that you would want. The only missing combination is sweet and sour, so you can make just one recipe and farm berries while you shiny hunt. That's the dream, right? Well, there might not be a recipe for this at budget 8 where we get 2 level 3 chances for each flavor, but there are plenty of recipes out there to make these at lower budgets where we get at least 1 level 3 flavor power per flavor. The highest flavor powered rainbow donut with sweet and sour hits 420 and uses 4 Kasib berries and 4 Tanga berries. Now this is the exact floor for budget 7, but that means we still only get 1 level 3 flavor power per flavor. At the cost of 4 of the most valuable berries in the game each, we can do better. What if we could get those same results, but without Tanga berries at all? If we use 2 Kasib berries, 2 Roseli berries, and 4 Haban berries, we can drop our budget level by 1 and still maintain our ability to roll 1 level 3 flavor power for each flavor. This drop in budget does take us from a 60% chance to roll a level 3 flavor down to a 50% chance to roll a level 3 flavor, but that's per flavor. That comes out to a 75% chance of rolling any level 3 flavor power from either of the flavors. If you also want to drop Kasib berries from the recipe to keep those for that 760 sour recipe, we can use a whole list of 300 plus flavor recipes and not use a single Tanga berry or Kasib berry at all. That's going to drop you another budget point, but still leaves you at a 51% chance of rolling any level 3 flavor power, which is kind of crazy for not using any Tanga berries or any Kasib berries at all. There are a bunch of these recipes, so I'm just going to include any of the Tangaless and Kasibless recipes in the description down below, but I just want to be clear, these aren't going to get you your specific level 3 flavor power of choice more often than any of the other recipes we've talked about before, but they are going to give you this jack of all trades recipe that can be used for shiny hunting, berry farming, or both, all without using the most valuable berries that we have in our inventory, which is going to help keep you shiny hunting longer without the need for dedicated berry farming runs. But you will eventually need to do some dedicated berry farming runs. And like I mentioned earlier, we've got a lot of berries that have sour flavor that aren't really being put to use. This is where our last group of recipes comes in. I call these the leftovers recipes. Using Babiri and most specifically Coba, which has not had any use up to this point, we can build some cheap 525 plus sour flavored donuts. Without the rainbow boost from earlier, this 525 still only sits at budget 7, but that's a 60% chance of rolling a level 3 flavor power that could be either big haul or berry power. I did a deep dive on why these donuts in particular are better at farming berries than resetting your 8 Kasib donut for the perfect level 3 roll for both big haul and berry power, which you can watch somewhere up here. But the bottom line up front is that these are cheap throwaway donuts that are turning berries you don't want into a chance at more Tanga berries to help keep you shiny hunting. So we're not trying to reset these for the perfect big haul berry power combinations at level 2 and level 3. We're just trying to take any combination at level 1, 2, or 3 and help turn some of these leftover berries into berries and donuts that we actually want. I'm going to include a full list in the description below of all of the recipes that we've talked about, along with a bonus list that's worth keeping. The highest calorie rainbow recipe for every flavor combination in the game. These are low budget donuts with a lot of competing flavor powers, so they don't give you the flavors that you're looking for very often. But if the community ever cracks RNG manipulation in this game, this list goes from informational to borderline essential. Just consider it a head start. If you made it this far, you know more about donuts than pretty much anyone. You've got the recipes, and if you want to know about the full analysis and the math that went behind them, you can find that video here. And if not, YouTube thinks you're gonna like this video, and YouTube's pretty smart, so I tend to agree. Either way, I'll see you there.